Welcome to Who Knew with Bruce Lubin from quickanddirtytips.com. I'm Jennifer Boudneau, the editor of the Who Knew books. Today, Bruce and I are going to be talking about the best pet tips. We're also going to be getting some great tips for cats and dogs from our audience and playing another round of Life Hack Lightning Round.
Yay!
How's it going, Bruce?
It's great, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. Are you excited to talk pet tips
I'm
today?
always excited to talk pet tips with you, Jen.
The audience should know that Bruce just got a new dog.
Go, Clyde.
How is Clyde?
He's the best. He's the son I always wanted, as opposed to the three that I have.
I hope they're not listening right now. First, we have some great audience tips for pets. This first one, I did not know this. Did you know that lightly colored animals can actually get sunburn?
I did indeed.
This is a good one for you and your white dog or white-ish dog. So we had a reader that suggested using a little bit of SPF 15, and you just put it in between your fingers, and then you can rub it on your pet's ears and keep him from getting sunburn. Yeah,
no, that's a great tip. Absolutely.
I love that one. The other one that we have from our audience today is about dog food. If you've ever bought this, actually, I don't know if this works for cats. The reader just suggested dogs. But if you've ever bought a new brand of food for your dog and they just refuse to eat it, and you've just bought this entire huge bag. So this reader suggests taking a couple pieces of beef jerky, putting them in the bag of dog food, sealing it back up, and then those wonderful beef jerky smells get all over your dog's food and they want to eat it. You take the beef jerky out. Don't feed the beef jerky to your pet.
Right.
But it's all about the smell.
I think that's fantastic. That would work. I will tell you something about buying pet food, though, Jen. The worst place to buy it is at a pet food store.
What?
It costs way, way more than if you go to like a big box store. I mean, typically it does.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, you know...
They think people are there to spend money on their pets and they're going to make them do it, right?
Yeah, well, that's what we do. So always go to the big box store when you're buying pet food. Yep.
Good to know. So today's topic is pet tips.
Pet tips.
Yeah, I love pet tips. And my favorite pet tips, I have, as you know, I have a couple of cats. You have a dog. So we're pretty well covered on the pets tip front. And the question that we get a lot about cats, of course, is how do you keep cats from scratching your furniture?
Right.
Don't do what I do, which is kind of just let them scratch all your furniture until you hate yourself. But what I have done, which works, is this pepper spray that you and Jeannie told me about. And it's what I used was a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and I mixed it with a cup of water in a spray bottle. Make sure you don't do it on light-colored furniture. I had sort of a greenish chair, and I didn't see it at all, but you might want to test it in a little spot. But you spray that on your furniture every couple days, and the cats won't touch it.
Yeah,
you just got to keep up with it. That was my problem. But
yeah, but it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. They stay away.
Yeah.
What do you do to keep Clyde from chewing on stuff?
You know what we use? A little bit of clove oil, which is just any sort of oil with cloves that have been infused with the smell. And then you just put it on the legs of the furniture. It keeps them sort of, it's like a furniture polish, and he hates the smell.
Yeah, that's great.
And that works. That works for all dogs.
I use for my cats to keep them away from cords and everything. I have one cat that likes to chew cords. I get a little wedge of lemon.
Oh, that's great.
And do
the
lemon wedge over the cord, and they don't like the taste.
Yep.
Any other tips for puppies? What do you do?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, what you find with puppies is, number one, they want to please you, and number two, they're afraid of loud noises. So if every time there's a loud noise, what you find with puppies is they're afraid of loud noises. So what you want to do is just get like an old toilet paper roll, put some beans in it, and just tape it up. And just shake it every time he does something bad, and they will jump and they will stop the bad behavior.
And it's so much better, I think, than yelling at them, because then, if they don't know why, or you're constantly, yelling and yelling, it's easier just to startle them. The bad behavior stops, and you're not,
That's why we have children. So they're there to yell at. Not the poor little puppy, not Clyde.
Well, they understand, so there's that. One tip that I love, a classic Who Knew tip, is a way to clean dog toys. Dog toys can get really nasty. They have all sorts of germs and everything. And then they go in your dog's mouth, and then your dog carries them all over your house. And then your kids pick them up or whatever. So one thing that you and Jeannie always say is just throw them in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Throw it in the dishwasher. You actually say that about a lot of things. You'd be surprised. But just throw it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, just don't use soap. Just put it in the dishwasher and just let it go through the cycle, and it'll disinfect it. It's absolutely right. It's so easy to do.
Great.
Yeah. Another way to clean your house from pet smells is if you've got a litter box, which I know you do, Jen, and even after you clean it, it still smells. Just put about a half an inch of vinegar, let it sit for an hour or so, dump it out. Vinegar is really cheap. And then put in your litter, and you will not have any smell at all.
That's amazing. Vinegar is great for neutralizing pet odors.
Indeed, it is.
What about other areas of your house? Pet hair is a huge one this time of year. I know you have one of those dogs that doesn't shed. God bless you. But
well, you know
my cats, there's hair all over the place. So what should I do?
Well, you know what you should do is you should wear rubber gloves, and you should just use them against the carpet or the couch or wherever you want your cat's hair removed. All you need is a rubber glove and the cat hair or dog hair.
And you just sort of rub it. I've actually noticed that sometimes it seems like the easiest way to get the cat hair off is just to do it with my hand, but then your hand gets nasty.
Yeah, and it's way easier because the rubber glove, it adheres even more to. So it's not nasty and it works really well. I want you to try that today, Jen.
I will. I'll go home. Trust me, I have a lot. I'll be wearing rubber gloves all night. Okay. One of the biggest pet problems, fleas. Now, our last podcast, we talked a little bit about fleas because it was our bugs cast. And we talked about the greatest reader tip we've ever gotten.
Yes. Yep.
The tip about getting fleas out by what you do is you take a lamp or Christmas light, some sort of dim light source that's also a heat source. You put it near your pet. In between that and your pet, you put a pie plate or shallow bowl with water and a little bit of dishwashing liquid. And the fleas will actually jump to the new heat source, fall into the water, and drown. And you just do that a few nights until they're all gone. But do you have any other tips for fleas?
Yeah, you want the fleas to get off of your animals. I mean, that's the goal, right? So,
what do you do about all the fleas that are all over your house anyway, though?
Well, one thing you can use is about some essential lavender oil. And just put a couple of drops of that into some water, shake it up, and spray it all over your bedding, and that will keep fleas off it. They hate the smell. So that'll keep them off of that. You can also give your dog a bath in salt water if you're lucky enough to live near the ocean.
That was part of the lightning round last week.
Well, yes, it was. Yeah. If you live near the ocean or a lake that has some salt in it, let the dog go in there and the fleas will die on the spot. So that's really a simple way to get rid of fleas.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you have for other kinds of pet problems? Anything else? You know,
I find that a common problem is getting a pet to swallow a pill. I know you had this problem with your cats. What works the best is butter.
Yep, that's what I found. And the thing I liked about it, too, is that it gave him a little butter taste in his mouth. So not only does it lube up the pill and make it, harder for him to spit out, but then he's got a little bit of butter, and I felt a little better about giving him the pill because I thought at least he gets a mouthful of butter.
That's right. Indeed.
You seem to hate me less.
Arteries be damned. Exactly right. Let him take his pill.
One, too, that I've used is I leave food out for my cat all day, the dry food. And when I lived in a different apartment, I used to always get ants in the food. So what I did for that is another tip of your guys is putting the bowl of water into another bowl that has water in it. Because, of course, ants can't swim. So you basically make a moat and then none of the ants can get through.
Yes, we have a puppy moat in our house right now. And it works. Because Clyde can, get the water, but the ants won't come in. The other thing we do, and this is a great tip if you've got a dog that has bad breath, and they all do have it. We call it puppy breath, but really it's sort of disgusting. You just put a little chopped parsley in his food. Oh. And Clyde eats almost exclusively dry food, but if you just throw some parsley in there, he will just gobble it up. And that will really clean up their breath. Okay,
you guys officially have a tip for everything. If you have a tip for bad dog breath.
Absolutely.
I just thought I had to live with that.
No.
What about saving money on pet supplies? You mentioned earlier that it's actually a bad idea to buy your pet food at the pet store because it costs more money there.
Yeah, what you'll find is any supermarket or big box store has a pretty extensive pet department now. So that's really your best bet. Also, if you're getting your cat or dog groomed, they're busiest from Friday through Monday. So you can find a lot of groomers who will say, if you can come in Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, you can get a discount. Plus, you don't have to wait. Yeah, and that's something we always encourage people to do is, if you have a service provider like a groomer, talk to them, make friends with them, and then say, if it is a financial hardship for you, say, hey, it's been a little hard to be able to afford this. Can I get a discount, if I come on a day where you're a little busy or what have you? And a lot of times, our readers say it works. They get a discount and the groomer still loves them and everyone's happy. Yeah, everyone wins. Yeah. Yep. Well, these are great. And the lightning round coming up, I don't think is pet related. I think Jeannie is just to give us something
crazy. So we'll find out what it is. To explain to our any new listeners, the life hack lightning round is where Bruce opens up an envelope, a secret envelope given to him by Jeannie this morning. She's written down a name of a household object. Bruce has to name a tip that involves that household object. And then I have to name a tip, and the first person who cannot think of a tip involving that household object is a big old loser.
Dies of humiliation.
We're going to come up with it. We're going to come up with a prize eventually. All right, so.
Okay, so this week's household item is dryer sheets.
Dryer sheets.
Dryer sheets.
I kind of wish Ginny was here. She's got some good dryer sheets. But we'll have to do her well.
You want to go first?
I went first last time. You go first.
Okay. Let's think. Your iron. If you iron, it gets gunky after a while. What you want to do is when it's heated, you want to just run it over a dryer sheet 4 or 5 times, and all the gunk will transfer to the dryer sheet. Your iron will be clean, and you will live a happy life.
Ooh. That reminds me of one I did somewhat recently. If your vacuum doesn't work, you can fix your vacuum with a dryer sheet sometimes, too, because sometimes vacuums aren't sucking because of static electricity. So what you do is you cut off a little corner of the dryer sheet, suck it up with your vacuum, and it can solve the static electricity problem.
That is a great tip. Another one, if you want to dust, say, a lampshade or a TV screen, the best thing to use is a dryer sheet.
Yeah, I love that, too, because you take them out of the laundry and then you can just kind of wander around your house and dust things that need to be dusted. They're also great, as you know, removing soap scum from shower doors.
Indeed.
Just wipe down the shower door with that dryer sheet.
Oh, I have one. And this one I use all the time because, as you know, I have 3 kids and they all stink, only from head to toe. But their shoes are particularly disgusting. If you put dryer sheets in their shoes overnight, the smell is gone.
That's a great one. It works. Yeah. I won't use this as my tip, but it also works great for duffel bags, your gym bag, or even under the seats of your car.
Yes, that does not count as your tip.
It doesn't count.
It's a segue from my tip, so I think that's
a
infraction.
Okay, dryer sheets. You can actually, I know I already did sort of a staticky cling one, but dryer sheets are also good for getting rid of static cling if your skirt is sticking to your pantyhose.
Yes.
You can just wipe down your pantyhose with a dryer sheet.
You know what? I think on pantyhose, I'm going to declare you the winner.
You are always declaring me the winner on these. I think that it's an easy way for you to say you don't know another tip.
I don't know another tip. Not for dryer sheets.
All right, Bruce. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait till next time to find out more fantastic tips.
I look forward to it, Jen.
All right, that's it for us today. If you have a tip for us, please visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/whoknewtips. You can also subscribe to our newsletter at quickanddirtytips.com/whoknew. And don't forget to tune in next time on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever else you get your podcasts when we discuss even more great household tips and life hacks. Thanks, Bruce.
You bet, Jen.
For more information about any of the tips that you've heard on today's podcast, just go to quickanddirtytips.com/whoknew.